make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion!
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion!
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
Welcome along, everybody. So it's full time in Atlanta, England. They come from behind against the DR Congo to advance to the round of 16. A brace from Harry Kane sees their World Cup journey continue. So it was a nervy one for the Three Lions, but they are through and they are going to face Mexico in Mexico City at the Azteca come Sunday in the round of 16 with kickoff at 4 o'clock Eastern. Good to have you with us, everybody. I'm Poppy Miller alongside Nigeria Coco, Mike Rello and Troy Deeney. Big sigh of relief, isn't it, Troy, for all England fans out there?
Never in doubt. Never. No, it was great. In the end, it was great.
Rating
again, for me, it's the same. It's the same. You go six in the second half because of the goals, but didn't control the game. Didn't feel us with any confidence. But when you have that guy up front who can score whenever from any different situation, you always have a chance. And we got lucky today. We got lucky that the DR Congo, unfortunately, when they make subs, they get weaker because their starting 11 is very good and the rest are just not quite there. But I think we got lucky. We were just talking before we went back on there. It was like, what are they working on? Genuinely want to know. What are England working on? But anyway, job done. We're through. I don't want to watch that game again next to this guy. He's a nightmare. But can't wait for US now.
Days is a nightmare.
No, but he's.
Today.
I didn't even say anything today, to be honest.
What, this? Not saying anything? Dive every 2 seconds?
Listen, I thought the referee got that right.
Yeah, I agree.
Again, we don't get paid just to talk about the results. We get paid to talk about the actual football. England now have played 8 halves of football. Maybe 2 of them were okay. 2 of them were pretty good. 6 of them have been really poor. Below your standards, not the standards I created, the standards that England created for themselves. And I think there's a lot of stuff because they win that's swept underneath the carpet for today, and it's time to celebrate, but it's going to be exposed. Mexico will be watching these clips today and being like, okay, we can expose them here. We talked about Pickford, beginning of the tournament, gets beat at the near post, doesn't look that great. We talked about being one-dimensional, the wingers constantly coming inside, inverted, no answers. We talked about the pace of play. We talked about the center midfielders, how much they cost, how they can't control the game. England still never controlled this game, oddly enough. They never controlled the game. Eventually, you would imagine that in a tournament at this level that it gets exposed. So far, I don't think these teams have had the tools to really finish the job on England, but against Mexico in Mexico, there's going to be another interesting one. Another big one for England.
Huge one, especially in the altitude. Today, by the way, they were playing indoors, obviously at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It's covered, isn't it? And they had the same luxury when they were in Dallas. They're not going to have that same luxury in Mexico, which we'll talk about in a little bit, Nige. But what were your positives today from England and what were your concerns?
I think my positives are they got the job done. This is tournament football, and it's hard sometimes to get people to understand what it's like when you're in this environment. When you get there for the group stages, you've got to win that first game. You don't win that first game, there's so much pressure on the second, and then when you make it to that next round, there's another reality aspect of it. You lose, you go home. So sometimes in tournament football, you're not going to play pretty football, great football for the entirety of the 90 minutes. And then when you're in the player's mindset, even though you know it hasn't been great, you're still thinking, right, we got the job done, we won, we're in the next round. Yes, they are still vulnerable and there's a lot of things that they could do better on because you are going to play better teams who will probably punish you more severely for the mistakes that you make and maybe it's positioning and stuff like that. But I still got to give credit to England. They got the job done. You know, they came back from a goal behind, levelled it up, and then got that vital winner.
Do you take that as a positive or a negative, by the way? Because England start playing when they go down a goal, but the negative side to that is that they like to chase a game, but they can't necessarily dominate a game.
I think you've got to take it as a positive if you won the game. That's just the reality of it, that we are where we are. And the critiques that Troy and Grella have said about England are so right. And I agree with them. And I talk about, for us, the movement of the ball isn't quick enough. The midfielders need to do better controlling the game. Our wide players need to be a lot more decisive in what they want to do when they get into that final third. If they're going to take someone out wide, take them out wide. But it seems now teams have worked this out to say our wide players are always going to come inside, so they put extra bodies there to win it and they can break. And the further you go in competition, the better tournaments, better players you're going to come up against, and they'll work it out. So they need to step it up.
Well, there is no better player at the minute than Harry Kane. Here's just a look at the numbers, Troy, because it's so impressive, isn't it? How many goals he's scored. He's now overtaken, obviously, Wayne Rooney for all-time leading goal scorer for England, which we know 84 goals in just 118 appearances. Gary Lineker and Bobby Charlton in the top four, as well as Jimmy Greaves. Is he the best England player of all time, would you say, Troy?
Not for me. He's an unbelievable goal scorer. I'd always say Wayne Rooney is the best England player of all time. That's just my opinion, but everyone could have theirs. And obviously it's very difficult to say anything negative about Harry when he's gotten us out of the mess again. But I think he's been fantastic.
Why would you go for Wayne, over Harry?
Wayne, I just think Wayne had everything in his game. And again, it's about... You don't like to compare the generations, but look at what Wayne was doing and the teams he was coming up against. Not respectfully, not DR Congo. Like he's doing it against France with Thuram and Zidane, and do you get what I mean? Like those types of things. But again, it's generational, right? So both of them could be great, but for me, I would always choose Wayne Rooney. But I think Harry's been fantastic. I really do. There's nothing negative you can say. He gets the goals. I think after the Euros, I remember having a big argument where people were saying, oh, Harry Kane's the problem. He keeps coming too short. Earlier on in this competition, Harry Kane keeps coming too deep. Harry Kane's always came deep to get the ball and try to hit passes because he likes to be running onto the ball to see the goal as it's coming onto it. You need wide players to provide him service, but also to give him space by running in behind. And at the moment, especially today, he's had to pull one out of the hat because our wide players have been terrible, and every single time this man gets you out of it. At the start of this tournament, I did state we've got a chance because that guy scores goals. I'm a bit worried the other end, but we're always going to be in a game. A little bit like Norway. Norway going to games we've got a chance because that fella's up top in Erling Haaland. So I think he's great. One of the best of his generation. arguably the best goal scorer and best finisher that we've got, in modern football.
He gives you that different feeling, doesn't he, Nige?
Yeah, he does. He's England's greatest goal scorer. I think. I mean, the numbers show it, but the reality
Would you go for him, by the way, as the greatest player for England?
Player, again, is subjective. Like he said, I think Wayne Rooney had his generation. Some people push back and try and say, well, Paul Gascoigne. When you talk about a player, because Paul Gascoigne as a player was just unbelievable. But for goal scoring, what he does, he's England's greatest ever striker and goal scorer. There's no denying that. I think you'd have to say he's been the best above Wayne Rooney, Michael Owen and all those other players that we've seen on the list. He's the greatest goal scorer that England has ever had. It gives you that confidence when you play with a top player like that, and he came up big today. In a game that wasn't great, he came up in that big moment, taking that goal, a solo goal that he made for himself, but it was a finish of the highest level. When you look at that goal and how he took it as a striker, which probably these two can add more to it.
As an outsider, Grell, how do you feel on the debate of England's best player of all time?
For me, it looks like Harry Kane. It's just also recency bias. Like, you can't watch the guy. What do you, how many goals he scores in Champions League and all season long, and now won the Bundesliga as well. And then I'm certain that if he doesn't play today, they're out of the World Cup for sure. And I'm certain that he raises every player around them because they know they have to put a ball in a specific area, and they know he's going to take care of business. The second finish he scores is at the highest of the highest level. He creates the chance himself. He takes the first touch is so good into the space, and then how clean the finish is. Just go back and watch it, and then he picks out the near post, and he makes the difference in the end. Because I think player for player, it was very evenly matched in terms of the physicality of the game, the tempo of the play, the transitional moments for both the Congo and England. But Congo don't have Harry Kane in the front. And I think if the Congo have Harry Kane in the front, probably the Congo go and win the game. So he made the difference in a big moment for England, and it's hard to deny. It's hard to say that he's not the best player.
He's always the one that everybody is looking for, isn't he? Even in the last World Cup, Troy. What about this form that he's in right now, though? Since he's been at Bayern, would you say that this is the best version of Harry Kane that we're seeing?
Statistically, yes. I would say. I think there was seasons at Spurs when he was unplayable. I think also as well, you have to put a little bit of Bayern Munich tax, shall we say, on it. When you're the best team by far. Remember, like in November, December time, we were talking about Bayern going the whole season unbeaten, like not going unbeaten, but like winning every game as well. So they were so much better than everybody else. And when you've got Elise, you've got Diaz, Musiala, that works perfectly for him in terms of what he can get. But I think when he's in the vein of form that he's in, which is just shoot, score, he doesn't think. The one thing I've always given Harry Kane credit for is whenever he's around the box, yes, he can play the little slip passes, yes, he can go wide, but he goes, goal. I'm going to take touch, I'm trying to score. And if you see the second one, just to your point, with the technique's fantastic, never once looks up at the goalie. His pitch geography of where he is in and around the goal is second to none.
That's what I was going to say. I think that for some of the top players that I've played with and trained with, they know where the goal is. The top strikers know. They don't even need to look. They're so aware when it comes to being around the box, exactly where they open up. They know where they want to put the ball without having to look at the position of the goalkeeper. It's just pure technique, and that second goal just summarised it the best. When he took the touch, knew how to strike it, get the ball up, nothing goalkeeper can do about it.
He's worth his weight in gold, isn't he? But what about the midfield, Grell? Because you said earlier, no way does this look like a midfield that's worth almost $300 million. The second half was an improvement, but where are they off it? Is it a chemistry problem in the midfield? How do you diagnose it?
Yeah, it's hard to say. Troy makes the point that watching them, he doesn't know what they work on. He doesn't know what they worked on for the last 6 months. When you watch them play the group stage matches, the same thing. For whatever reason, they never have control of any of the games. Even in the second half, you could say, okay, the second half was okay, or the end of the first half, they had a good response, but they never control the game. They never suck you in. They never say, okay, let's play a bit, and you could see the frustration too when they play. And when the frustration is because of a little bit of confusion, a little bit of worry, a little bit of nerves. Like when they go down, they're all like, oh, like they don't know what they're gonna do.
They feel like they got to score now, don't they?
They got to score the next play, and then you see a bad cross. Everyone's head in the hand. Oh, there's a lot of pressure on them, I'm sure, because that comes with the English media and also their expectations that they set and the price tags and everything else. But yeah, for whatever reason, 8 halves of football, and they've never controlled the game in the midfield. They never look like, hey, they're gonna dominate this game from start to finish. And they were in a 50-50 game with the DR Congo. So that tells you a little bit where they are. For me, by the English standards, it's probably not good enough.
No, I totally agree. I want to kind of throw a question at Nigel when you were speaking before, but we went to Harry Kane. You're saying obviously it's tournament football, right? And that I totally understand that point. But if you keep playing, let's be nice and say they're 7 out of 10. Keep playing 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10. One day it's either going to go 8 or 9, or it's going to drop to a 5. Do you know what I mean? They're playing on this right on the edge of it's okay.
Yeah.
One bad performance, or 3 of them drop to 6.5, 6s against an Argentina, against a Brazil.
You have a bad half against Mexico. It's over against Mexico.
Okay,
are you
we'll
okay?
We'll get to that later. But my point is, but you get the point. Like, and that's why I can't agree with what Nigel said. Like, that's why I'm so down on them at the moment, because we're playing right on the edge of being okay, and hoping that Harry Kane gets us out of it, hoping that Jude Bellingham gets us out of it. When you come up against these better teams, and we'll put Mexico in that because that's obviously the next opponent, they're going to have a plan, and they're going to go, okay, well, we're going to stop that. But at the minute, it's go get the ball, go wide to the wide players. They come inside, nothing happens. We make the changes, and this is the bit I've been saying from the start with the squad. It's just personnel changes. The player profile is exactly the same. You take Rashford off, you put Gordon on. Same player. That's why Barcelona bought them. You take off Madueke, yes, Saka's much better, but he comes inside on his left foot. It's exactly the same profile. So you're not actually tactically...
It's just too one-dimensional.
You're not tactically changing anything. Yeah. You're just hoping, again, that one of them is better than the other person on the other side. And then if that happens, great, because we're in, and then something can happen. But all that's happened is we've played in moments. Jude Bellingham's come up with a moment. Harry Kane today has come up with a moment. That's not... When you get into the top levels, when you watch France... Okay, we watched France yesterday. Against Sweden, wasn't a great first half for France. They hit the post twice. They could have had another 3 or 4, but they were getting frustrated. Not frustrated that they hadn't scored, frustrated that, why is it taking so long? Because they know it's coming. We're watching this game for 75 minutes going, I hope it goes through. And we're talking about, when people can't see us, obviously, we're talking about how difficult the Aztecas going to be to play in and how difficult Mexico is going to be. France and the teams that you're going to be competing about are going, I wonder what we're going to do when we get it right. I wonder how many we're going to score. I just don't see it at this moment in time. And I hope I'm wrong, happily be wrong, and England win the World Cup. But at this moment in time, you're struggling to look past a Brazil. You're struggling to look past a quarter-final.
I think it's all fair points for sure. And again, it goes back to when I said I think the players need to take a great responsibility. And again, knowing about leadership and football and being in the dressing room my entire life, when I look at this England side, as much as we've got some big players, I take Jude away from it. I just think for me, is the players need to take the responsibility now. We've seen Thomas Tuchel back him and say, go out there and play, I'll take responsibility.
But what does that do, Nige? If you say to the players, if you're the captain and you say everybody needs to take responsibility today, what does that actually mean?
It's different when you're a captain on the pitch. And now with the whole, with how Thomas Tuchel brought Jordan Henderson there, as much as I don't agree with it, I can see why he did it. But the sad thing is, you shouldn't have to bring Jordan Henderson at his age to be that kind of mini manager on the pitch.
I know you even listening to Jordan Henderson. No offence to Jordan.
No, I'm not saying he's there, but I can see why he's in that environment. Because when you look at the rest of the team now, we're talking about players who've won Premier League titles, played in Champions League. You have to go out there and express yourself. Like, it can't keep being the same thing. Oh, it's the manager. Manager has to tell him at half time.
So why aren't they?
We've played.
I understand you. I understand everything you said, but why aren't they?
Maybe it's probably because the shirt's too much. Maybe it's the pressure of playing for England, and you know what it's like, the media and how things are.
These players play for the biggest teams in Europe.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean they have the character for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Just because you play for the biggest club doesn't necessarily mean you have the character.
So it's a character problem.
It's a character problem. There's not enough characters. Enough characters willing to put themselves forward and take what comes with it. I take Jude out of it. Harry Kane is a great captain, great leader, but he's not that character. But he does what he has to do, which is fine. But everyone else needs to buy into more. And again, if you want to look at this performance there, DR Congo went and played with a much better swagger, belief than England did. And at times where they could have put their boot through the ball to say, oh, we're going to clear and regroup again, they brought it down, were brave to play around England. England need to have that same mentality. And it goes to the point of, like you say about midfielders not controlling the game. If you want to control the game midfield, you have to be a bit busy. And I use Vitinha as an example most of the time with João Neves. They'll get it, pass. They're happy to get on the ball to say, I'm going to make something happen and dictate.
Bro, can I ask you a question, bro? Because you're pretty honest most times, so I need your Italian bias to one side.
All the time.
So, Croatia, great team or good team?
Good team.
DR Congo, great team or good team?
Good team.
So we played against 2 good teams and we've looked very, very average for large parts of those games. Brazil, good team.
Good team.
Argentina,
great team.
How do you get past a great team by playing like this?
Yeah, just to build on your point, like when I think about the great teams, the teams that have showed well in the tournament for what they are. France, obviously, they have the front four that's out of this planet. The attacking capabilities out of the planet. You look at the back lines, pretty good as well. Argentina, probably the most together team, right? You look at Spain. They've got Yamal, difference maker, but they've also got the ability, when you play Spain, you're probably not going to have a lot of the football. They're going to have a lot of it.
They have moments without Lamar that they can be very one-dimensional as well.
Okay, but you know what you're getting when you play them, and they know what they're good at. What's England the best at? Like, even for instance, let's take USA. Let's take we're going to see them in a little bit. Their pressure after losing the football is elite.
Yeah.
It's elite, and they know it's elite. They know that that's what they're good at, right? So they can play to that. Paraguay, all right? Paraguay not very good at football, but they know defensively very sound, nasty, street smarts, slow the game down, kick you, organize. Right? They know, okay, we're not good at this, but we're really good at this. England, what are they good at? Tell me, from the back to the front, what are they good at? Other than saying, oh, Harry Kane saved us, what is England elite at? This team, I'm not talking about England because obviously we know England have many good characteristics. I'm talking about this team in this tournament. What have they been elite at? Name one phase of the game you say, even if England don't play well, they're going to get this part right. Which one is it? I don't know because they haven't had possession, haven't had control of the game. Transitional moments are okay. Quality from wide areas, not great. Defending's not great. The first goal today is a shambles. They're leaving space at the back post, unbelievable. So that's my worry with them moving forward. What are they great? Even if you watch Mexico, Mexico play at a tempo is unbelievable. They can't do it all the time.
But you say is maybe against the teams like the greats that you're saying there is another level to come for England.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't disagree that there is another level to go. But there's also another side of the coin. You may not reach that level on that day. So then you get embarrassed. Because the way we're playing at the minute is 50-50, isn't it? No first half good performance in any first half yet. So we're hoping that they haven't ran away from what's any of these good to great teams. We're then hoping we can stay in the game. Then we're hoping Harry Kane or Jude Bellingham can deliver on something. That's 50-50. So if we go the other way, we could lose 2-3-0, never be in a game because this team just dominated us. Now it's a worry.
OK, maybe the glass half empty, the glass half full, but either way, England advance. They're going to take on Mexico at the Azteca Stadium. Stay with us, everybody. We've got loads more to come here on Matchday in just a second.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion!
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars!
What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
So England have earned the right to play against one of the host nations, Mexico, in the round of 16 at Estadio Azteca on July 5th. It will be their second time facing each other in the World Cup after the 1966 group stage in Wembley, with the Three Lions winning 2-0. So yesterday, Mexico were really impressive, weren't they? At home, they've had an incredible run at the Azteca as well, especially in competitive matches, unbeaten in 10 in Mexico City. Now they're taking on the Three Lions. How are you feeling, Nige, about this matchup? We saw just how intense it can be. You mentioned the altitude as well. The bookies will have England as the favourites. Do you feel that way?
I would only have Mexico as the favourites just because of it being at the Azteca, the altitude and all that playing a big part in it. The physical output that's going to be needed there is going to be very difficult. You know, there's been so many times where teams have gone and they've tried to stay there for a few days to get climatised and all those type of things. Mexico haven't been convincing, but now in the knockout stages, they seem to have taken it to another level. And I think the nation is behind them massively, and it's going to be a very difficult game.
Intimidating, isn't it, Troy, going to be for England? Do you see that?
Depends who you ask, right?
Is that it?
To me, should be great.
Does that make it better?
Going into the Lions' Den.
It would be great to go into the Lions' Den, yeah.
But to Nigel's point earlier about the lack of characters just in the game in general now, yeah, there's excuses already built in, right, for England players. The excuse is already built in. It's at altitude. We've had a long season. If we played deep into the Champions League, there's all these excuses already built in. Or there's another thinking. And I had a little argument with the guys beforehand. It's harder to run without the ball. Get the ball, move the ball, make them run. And that's all I genuinely believe that we have to work on. So much of just... I'm going to get into a little bit later with Jen's got the stats for me, but when we watched the French game yesterday, there was a stat yesterday that we pulled up, a passing stat. 30% of their passes are forward. 53% is side, so they're just moving you. Only 17 goes back because they know we're going to dominate the game, we're going to move it from side to side. As soon as you're tired, bang, we're in. I haven't seen the England ones yet. Probably sure it's flipped. I wouldn't be surprised there's 54 back. And we've got to be able to dominate the ball at the Azteca. Exercise those runs. What are you laughing for?
Could you keep on rubbing these chairs?
I'm getting annoyed.
Keep going, you're going to take
getting annoyed. Yeah, sorry. It annoys. Do you know why it annoys me
material
more?
Off the chairs. Are you all right?
Do you know why it annoys me more? Oh, there we go. The graphic is...
she stitched you up here, by the way.
This is great. No, this is great. So this is showing again. Look, that was just today against DR Congo. But I guarantee if we was able to dive in a little bit more, those forward passes would have all been coming after 75 minutes, after the first goal. But again, look, side to side, side to side. You've got to go into the forward areas a lot quicker, and also the differences as well. Remember when we showed the last stat for the last game, which was 19 times giving the ball away, Marcus Rashford. 6 times Madueke came on, 14 times it was Saka. You've got to be able to have that end product at the end of it. And I think going into the Azteca, puff your chest out, let's go. Let's go. Let's have a real game of football. Let's show them, because respectfully to Mexico, they're a good team. They're not a great team.
What about the tactics then, Grell? All of the atmosphere and everything aside, you got the iPad, no?
Yeah, we're going to just look at how England's conceded the first goal today, and this is going to happen. I think that the game will not look like either team has control. Mexico, we're going to play crazy because it's Azteca. They're going to go for it, the game. England are also pretty good in transition, so I don't see moments where either team's going to control. I think it's going to be an unbelievable game. But this...
You think more carnage then? Like more...
I think it's going to be super open. Right. And there's one camp of me that thinks, okay, for England, that's actually benefits them because they're pretty good in those kind of games that go back and forth. And the other one, it's away from home and a difficult place to go. I think they've only lost one game there in World Cup history ever in the Azteca. Also, it's going to be hot, right? So that's going to be difficult. But this is the first goal. England are in that shade of purple that you see right there. And just going to show you what ended up happening when you commit numbers forward against them. What you see is this DR Congo got some numbers forward here. So they got these 4 guys that were along the back 4 of England right there, right? And what happened was once the ball swing out to here, this is going to be a little football right here. Just use your imagination. Let's see if I could do it. There it is. That's going to be the football right there, right? And what happens is England is so fast to shift over, but it happened late. And what ends up happening is these players here start shifting. Start unselect that.
This is like watching Grella try and find the game.
Okay. They start shifting like this, right? So this is the back line of England, and they start shifting over man to man. And they shift so hard, and it happens a little late, that it leaves this big spot here on the back post. This is going to happen a lot against Mexico. And then obviously, Sipenga was able to come into this area. Then we talk about just what we mentioned earlier is sort of Pickford here. And you see him, he starts here because he's strong side where the ball is here, right? And then afterwards, once the ball gets switched to the other far side area, he slides over here and still manages to get beat at his near post. So that's a problem. So this back line here is going to have to shift a little bit quicker and a little bit better. And also these recovery runs have to be better from the 3 England midfielders as well. So that was just something I saw today. I think that the game is going to go back and forth in a crazy transition. So they have to get those moments right.
Grella makes a great point where if you think about it, if you're Mexico right now, you've just seen England today, and you talk about the tactical element of it as well. They know playing at Azteca is an advantage to them with the altitude. So if you really want to beat a team up, high pressing, high tempo, make England have to work, because to do that at that high altitude for 90 minutes is going to be way too much. By the time you get to that 60, 70 minute, England players are going to be finding it very difficult. You can't let them come there and be confident and comfortable playing out the back. So you need to make it a dogfight, a scrap. And then also the fans are going to get behind it. And like Troy said as well, then we're going to start to see what I think is a question of character now. Like, I know Troy's mentality. My mentality is the same. I would love to go into that environment. I embrace chaos like that for that type of opportunity to play football. Love it.
It's going to be sold out as well, isn't it? And they're yet to even concede. The fans are on their side. Is there something to be said, though, about the reverse side of that, Troy, when the fans, you know, the Mexican fans, they're so passionate, aren't they? If things don't start going their way in a moment like this, we have seen maybe them have the opposite effect.
Absolutely. But they're a very proud nation anyway when it comes to their football and their people. I remember a few years back, 2018, I said something about Raul Jimenez when he put the mask on, and obviously we beat him. Got death threats for about 3 years. It was good fun. But in this situation, you have to think about it as, yes, they're unbeaten. Yes, it is a positive for them. I said it yesterday when we were talking, Poppy, if you remember. I gave him a 20% swing just because of the Azteca against Ecuador. I think that does, it boosts them up. Look, these numbers are fantastic. Like, they haven't lost there since 2013. That's amazing.
Yes, yeah.
But respectfully, if England want to be taken serious, you have to go and dominate these games. You have to go dominate these games.
I understand what you're saying, Troy, but I just don't see it. I think we're going to have this conversation
by the way,
all the time.
I don't see it based on anything I've seen so
100%.
far.
I think we have to accept the reality we are. We're never going to see England dominate any of these games moving forward, especially at knockout stages.
Can we dominate 15 minutes?
Yeah, that'll be a
I'll take 15 minutes.
Try.
Yeah, okay.
What about the bets, though? We're going to bring in Mackenzie Brooks to talk about it. Good to see you, Mackenzie. The atmosphere, obviously, is a huge factor. But what are the bookies saying? Who's the favourite in this game with the early lines?
Yeah, they have Mexico as home underdogs. And obviously that makes sense. But they're really feeling confident about about England. England's plus 110 to win this game. I'm not so sure I want to bet on that and against Mexico right now. I know I sound like a broken record, but both teams to score is minus 110 right now. You guys talked about the chaos. I don't see a version of Mexico not scoring in the Azteca, and I do see England potentially with late goals again. You can bet the second half to have the most goals, but as you guys mentioned, that heat, the second half, that worries me a little bit. One long shot, like plus 1,200 long shot I was looking at on BetMGM is England to win from behind. So just meaning similar to what they did today. Obviously, that's a bit of recency bias, but when you're talking about Mexico playing a home game, used to the climate, used to, altitude, all of it, it's not insane to think Mexico could score first at plus 130 and England has to fight back. Harry Kane's prices haven't come out yet. The stars continue to shine. I talked about in the group stage, round of 32 seems to be proving very, very similar. Getting Harry Kane, hopefully he's going to be minus 140, minus 150. After that, I probably wouldn't play it, but death tax is Harry Kane to score a goal. Death tax is both teams to score.
Yeah, the only thing, Mexico hasn't conceded a goal in 4 games, so you do see them conceding in this one against England.
Law of averages, right?
I think it's about time. I'm in on trends, but I'm also in on there's another end to the bell curve. It'd be statistically impressive to continue to keep clean sheet after clean sheet. And this is obviously going to be the most talent they've played, maybe not the most impressive team in our eyes technically, but as far as the ceiling and potential and strikers, I think this is going to be probably the game that they start to concede. And you can take the under 2.5 right now. It is juice to the under. So that's odds makers saying they think this will probably be 2 goals in regulation. I wouldn't hate to bet on the regulation tie. That's around plus 220. Maybe this is kind of a slugfest of some sort. Maybe we see a 1-1 draw and we have to go into, some extra time here.
Mackenzie, a little curveball for you. What's a 3-0 England? I'm looking to take it.
3-0 England.
3-0.
Let's see. We can go to correct scores.
Why, are you thinking of betting that, Troy?
Absolutely.
He beats them on one hand and then bets on the other hand.
All being English. No pressure.
I'm not seeing... I see ties. I see. Here we go.
Exact score.
Exact score.
You know what I like?
I'm looking at all their
late
others.
goals.
They don't have it out right now.
Don't have it out.
4, 2, 4.
Shambles.
Yeah, it's pretty fresh, but it'll probably be like plus 500 or something. Plus 6.
I'll take that.
I'll
take 20 on that.
3-0?
20 on that.
I'll take 20 on that. Look, I think as well, when you're looking at Mexico, yes, they've done great so far. Yes, the Azteca. I hear all of that. Are we saying South Africa, South Korea, Czechia, and Ecuador are good teams? Are we saying they're on the level of England?
Ecuador is a good team, not on the level of England. Ecuador, my criticism of them was exactly what's happened to them, the lack of a goal scorer and a striker.
Yep.
The rest of the team was good, but they're not going to create many chances to score goals, which is what their World Cup has been. If you realistically, if we look at both performances from both nations, they are very similar. Mexico have not been as convincing as England haven't been as convincing. So for performances from where they both are, I don't think...
You watched the last game?
I watched Mexico in the last game, yes. But still, we could say the same thing about England against Croatia, if you want to take it into little bits.
The first half were terrible. The second half were a little bit better.
I mean, listen, you could take it either ways, but I wouldn't say there's much between both teams' performances of what we've seen.
Hey, Mackenzie, 3-0. Stick me 20 on. Let's go, boys.
England to win by exactly 3 goals is plus 1250.
Oh, better odds than you thought.
Disneyland is coming, kids. Let's go.
Mackenzie, thanks so much.
don't think
Looking
Mexico
forward
will
to
score?
seeing you obviously later. Mackenzie's not with us, everybody, because she's in Chicago. She's going to be with the
Having a jolly up again.
crew tonight, and we can't wait for it. It's Charlie Davis, Jimmy Conrad, Tony Miola, and Marcelo Balboa. Mackenzie's going to be in the middle of all the fans as well, so we look forward to that in Recess, Chicago. What about just a note on the altitude, boys? What's it like playing at altitude? Do you feel it intently?
I can only speak on my experience there. It took me about 55 minutes to catch my breath. That's how bad it was.
I've seen you do that going upstairs.
Yeah, good jokes.
55 minutes.
I'm telling you, it was hard.
Why, are you saying that's a lot, Grell, or not?
I think you either catch it after 50 minutes or
you don't catch it after 50 minutes. Go play at the Azteca. It was that hard. It was that hard. The pollution levels were high at the time. We played Club America in the Champions League, and it was hard. It was very hard. We flew in only like the day before. We played there twice because we played Pachuca before. But at that high intensity, how they were moving the ball around Club America, you do a sprint or two, you're constantly chasing
That's what I want to ask you about, you know, the travel aspect of it, because I believe England are either leaving straight away or the day after, like very early tomorrow. So what is that acclimatization, I suppose. To how is that? How difficult is that?
It's very difficult because even when we played in that game, we had meetings with the coaching staff and the physios and the sports science people, and they gave us options where they thought that to give us an advantage, we might have to go there for a few days to acclimatize.
Nice. Hello.
And it was proven, yeah. And it's trust me, it's very, very difficult. You're constantly chasing. The pitch is big. The ball definitely moves different. We came out with a draw, but
Piatti, what a player.
It is massively physically demanding. That's the thing. And we had a little experience. Huh?
So you're still catching your breath there?
I was still catching my breath there. But we had a little experience.
I bet you still had enough energy to talk at the end of the match.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him.
I'll take it from here.
1,000 words a minute.
I would listen. The only thing I could say is everything's about experience. So we were fortunate to have a little foundation by going there to beat Pachuca first before we got to play Club America again in Mexico City. So we knew it to experience.
Love it, Nige. Good stuff. Okay, stay with us. We're going to be right back here on Golazo Matchday 48 Nations in just a sec.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, but the entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
I look crazy. It's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Tell me, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
So King Harry Kane to the rescue today against DR Congo. He had a brace to push the Three Lions through. He's had 13 goals in 15 appearances now. That is the top World Cup goal scorer for England. He is ahead of the likes of Gary Lineker, Jeff Hurst, Michael Owen and Sir Bobby Charlton. Speaking of Harry Kane, Nico Cantor, he's all over America. He is coast to coast, and here he is catching up with some England fans about England's top goal scorer.
Is Harry Kane the best player to have put on an England shirt?
Too right, yes. Indeed, yes, he is. The best ever striker England's ever produced, the best striker in the world.
He's an Arsenal supporter.
You gave the Arsenal. You gave the Arsenal fan a little time to think. Come on, Jack. Be honest.
So for me, I do think he's one of the best. I don't think you can. So my favourite England player of all time is David Beckham. I'll put that right now. But then Harry Kane is a very fast second. So yeah.
Is Harry Kane the best player to have put on an England shirt?
Oh, that's a big call, but
Ever?
It's a big call, but the man of the moment is Harry Kane, and that's it.
Yes.
Harry Kane, inevitable. The man, the myth, the legend. Harold, you've done it again.
He's the best striker in football. Right now, of all time, he's the best striker in football.
Is he the best player to have put on an England shirt?
Absolutely.
After today, yeah.
He's done everything for this country. He could be our next Prime Minister.
I'd vote for Harry Kane. I'd vote Harry Kane.
Yeah, you vote.
I'd nominate Harry Kane right now. Run for PM, we'll vote you, I promise.
Probably the best experience of my life.
Really?
Harry Kane is a legend. Knight the man immediately.
Is he the best player to have put on an England jersey?
He might be. I mean, obviously in 1966 we won the lot.
You didn't even see it, bro. Is he the best player to put on an England kit?
I've never reacted to a goal like that before. He's a legend.
He is a legend, and I think a lot of England fans would vote him to be Prime Minister of England, to do whatever he wants if he can win the World Cup. He is among the top elite, the star-spangled World Cup. Ronaldo's in there, Vinny's in there, Mbappe's in there, as well as Messi. If you could pick one player for your team, a clinical goal scorer, would you pick Harry Kane, Nige?
I would say yes. I think for me, when I look at to be fair, you'd have to say Messi. Sorry. If I had to pick one, I'd pick Messi.
Would you?
So you said yes, and then picked Messi.
I just realised, I looked again, I came awake, and yeah, you'd have to say Messi. When it comes to clinical finishing, he is the best. Like, you can't deny that, can't argue against that.
In the Golden Boot runnings, though, 5 goals, he's in there, isn't he?
He's in there for sure.
Yeah.
It's all about who you like, though, and what type of
profile.
Profile, like, because Mbappe's numbers are ridiculous. Haaland's numbers are ridiculous. Harry Kane's numbers are ridiculous. Then you have to just break it down to what do you like? What do you much prefer?
Well, Nico is in the middle of all the English fans, which we love to see. Good to see you, Nico. How are the England fans feeling? And I'm sure today they love Harry Kane more than ever. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, Poppy, the emotional swing of English football fans deserves to be studied, because about an hour ago, it was doom and gloom. We're getting back on the plane. We're heading home. We're going to lose. And then Harry Kane comes up with those 2 magic moments. Brilliant. What an elite footballer. And now it's coming home. Everybody is through the roof. The pints are going to be pouring throughout the entire afternoon here at Atlanta. The English fans love it, and everybody is happy.
Don't look at me. What's everyone looking at me for? Nico, you was at the game. Again, great emotional roller coaster as you speak about. Obviously, England got the job done. In your professional opinion, why isn't it clicking? Why is it still so nervy for England from what you can see?
Yeah, Troy, I think this is a lot of Tuchel's hand, and it looks like he's going to die by the sword with his team choices, with his squad selection. Jed Spence today was not good. He had a shocker, really. The guy that scored against England plays in 2nd Division Spain. He actually wasn't even able to participate in the playoff for promotion because he had to be here at the World Cup. And that's the player that beat Jed Spence on the first goal. And then DR Congo played with a lot of confidence, with a lot of purpose. They knew what they had to do to pull off the impossible. Meanwhile, England, they were shell-shocked from the very beginning. Like, you could feel what was going on with the English fans. What happened over here? You could feel what was happening with the English players, right? They were playing with that nervous energy, and of course they were creating chances, and the DR Congo defense was holding stout, thin margins. They could have scored England in the first half, but that desperation turns into nervous energy. And beyond the football, because England might have better quality than 95% of the national teams at this tournament, there's also an emotional aspect to all of this, and their body language, the energy that they engulf themselves with, isn't conducive to a team that's going to play somebody off the pitch. Isn't conducive to a team that can solve problems quickly with intention, with intensity and with clarity. So, you know, beyond the happiness of everybody here, you know, the fans deserve to be happy, but Tuchel and this England squad needs to take a good look at themselves and see how they can progress from here. The next stop, Troy, is the Azteca, and that is a whole nother conversation, because yesterday the Azteca was a cauldron like I had never seen before in my life. And although England are better than Mexico on paper, it is a totally different game in a place where Mexico haven't lost in 13 years.
Yeah, don't worry about that. 3-0 loss. Don't worry about that.
Nico, what's going on, man? We miss you here. Listen.
What's up, Gro?
You've been on the RV, you've been to a bunch of different stadiums, you've met and interviewed a bunch of different fan bases. Which fan base is the most confident so far that you've come across?
Ooh, great question. Because there's a difference between, I try to pick out the fans that you know, stand in the realm of realism rather than the hopeful ones, right? Because the hopeful ones, everybody says that they're going to win the World Cup. I think between French fans and Argentina fans, I would say, or at least the ones that I've come into contact with. And of course, England fans are confident, but an hour ago they weren't confident that they were going to lose. But you talk to people who might be a little bit with cold blood right now instead of the blood boiling after that win. Obviously, they say that England needs to improve, that they're far from their ceiling. So I think the two best teams that are closer to that ideal play is France, I think, first, and then Argentina just slightly behind them. And those are two teams in a category of their own. Their fans know it. And I would welcome a different final, but I would be shocked if it is a different final.
Nico, how do you rate the English fans that you've met today? I see you've met a lot of interesting characters from England.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, everybody is so happy to be here, especially in the United States. I asked them about their experience in Atlanta, and it goes back to the same theory that we've been posing on this show, is that people abroad are fed a lot of particular press about our country. Rightfully so, not denying that there's things that need to be fixed in the United States. But once they arrive here, they realize that perhaps the press and the leaders of this nation aren't the people of this nation. And one guy was telling me, it's the best country in the world. The food, the freedom to do anything you want. You can have a party. Everybody is so welcoming, so nice. No, it was one of the English guys that had a couple of pints. Yeah. He was very happy, but he's not the only one.
He said you lot got the best food. He lost me.
Some pints.
Of course, this is the best country, Nico.
Yeah, it was until he said he got the best food.
No, he wasn't the only one.
I had a massively jarring experience when I first moved here to college. The free refills, the big shops, the air conditioning. There's so much to love about this country. Nico, what about what you've got to look forward to? Obviously, your journey is going to continue for the DR Congo. It's over for them, and they put in a really good fight today. Are the fans feeling like they gave it their all and they can go home, you know, not happy but content with their journey, or are they absolutely devastated?
Yeah, Poppy, I do want to say a quick word for DR Congo, its people, and its football team, because the last time that they were on the world stage was at the 1974 World Cup when they were Zaire. And that moment was more an opportunity to protest an oppressive government and a despot as a leader. You remember that incident where the player runs out of the defensive wall to kick the ball away before the whistle was even blown for a free kick, and commentators were saying that these players don't know the rules of football, when in the reality they were protesting their own government for a better tomorrow, and a lot of those players weren't able to see a better tomorrow. And history forced the hand of many Congolese citizens to go abroad to look for a better opportunity in Europe, in the countries that created a lot of these issues for Congo, right? And now, after certain generations, they have these players, and these players are being reclaimed. The sons of the diaspora are being reclaimed by DR Congo and their football team. And although there are still many political and health problems in DR Congo, this national team competed with the best in the world, Portugal, Colombia, England, down to the wire, and restored the sense of optimism, of belief, and a reason to be proud and to celebrate the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Well said, Nico. A really positive bow on their World Cup campaign today. They gave it a good go, didn't they, in Atlanta? Good to see you. We're going to see you soon, and we wonder where you'll be next.
I don't even know.
We don't either. See you, Nico. Stay with us, everybody. We're going to be right back here on Golazo Matchday 48 Nations.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon? When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready? Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion!
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Tell me, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Soccer isn't a new game in the United States. The immigrants brought it here in 1912.
The opportunity to play for my country, I just could not pass that up.
We're all very proud of you.
Not everyone is aware of what happened in important historical moments for American soccer.
I was a kid that shouldn't have made it. Kid from Nacogdoches, Texas.
Clint Dixie Doodle.
Kind of one of those things I wasn't going to be denied.
People criticize me often.
You can't take it seriously. It's the USA.
But I get to have that attention because I'm good.
We were carrying the weight of American soccer on our shoulders. I'm gonna put it shot. Probably unfair to 20 guys.
When he looks at you, he looks like he wants to kill you. And I have respect for that.
It's about how much are you willing to give to win.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
The USA has realized its dream. Dempsey threw the ball in. Can't
And for more on the stories that have shaped the sport in the States, you've got the US men's soccer trilogy on Paramount Plus, The $1 Billion Goal, You Don't Know Where I'm From, Dog, and Pool Estate, multiple eras, one passion. It's all streaming for you right now. Speaking of the US men's national team, what a big game for them tonight in the Call It What You Want boys. They are live on the road. They're in Chicago. You can join Charlie Davis, Jimmy Conrad, Tony Meola, Marcelo Balboa, and Mackenzie Brooks as well. They're at recess Chicago tonight. Looking forward to seeing them there. Looking forward to seeing what Jimmy Conrad will be wearing as well. His glasses, his megaphone, his visor. He's going to have it all as usual. What about the performance though, Grell? Are we feeling confident about the US today? Because I suppose you of all people know just how dangerous this Bosnia and Herzegovina side can be, right?
I'm assuming we're going to see this graphic that's up on the walls pretty soon, and I think it tells an unbelievable story about the U.S. national team. I think they have a lot of good tools.
Here we go, Grell.
Okay, here we go. Because I couldn't not look at this. I mean, this is glaring. Like, this is huge, and it says something. And I think
what does the graphic say, Grella? That's what we're asking.
They've lost to every single European team they've played the last 10 matches, that's actually hard to do.
What does that tell you?
So you have to start to wonder, how does this happen, right? Because we know it's a team with Champions League players. We know it's a team that's got more experience with Pulisic, with McKinney, with all these guys, Tyler Adams. We know they got Pochettino as the manager. We've got people actually believing that they could win the tournament at some point, right? There's excitement around the team. How is this graphic possible? And I think this graphic is possible because I don't think they manage games well. I don't think they understand moments in the game, and I think European teams really understand moments. European teams understand when to go slow, when to go fast, when to go high, when to go low, when maybe they're a little bit under pressure. Like, they understand that, and the U.S. want to play at 90 minutes the same tempo. So I think if they come up against teams that are a little bit more clever, and U.S. are a little bit predictable in the way that they want to press the football, I think then the European teams, even Bosnia, put them in that conversation because they are very clever for what they have. Maybe not the most talented group, still talented, but they're very clever in terms of, hey, we'll play in a low block the first 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Let's see what we can get from the game, from a set piece, something. They got Dzeko up there. He's 40 years old. Think about it. There's a lot of experience there. And then they'll find moments when they have to go for games and get it into the wingers and attack. So for me, the U.S. has to manage moments and get the details right, which for me they haven't done in the first 3 games. They haven't done it.
Would you say, with a reflection of that graphic and what you just said there, it's fair to say that this is when we have conversations about football intelligence? When you look at
100%.
USA and how you say go for 90 minutes, when you're playing European teams who might not be as athletic or dynamic, they rely more on the football intelligence than the pure athleticism that USA does.
Against Paraguay, it worked. They went for 90 minutes. They stepped on the gas. And they killed Paraguay. They actually made Paraguay look really bad. Paraguay just beat Germany, by the way. Just to give you how good, because people, when they won that game, people said, oh, Paraguay's not good. No, they're good. They're good at what they do. But for 90 minutes, everything worked. Decision-making, the press after the loss, the tempo of the game. They tried the same against Australia. They even said themselves, Tyler Adams went on the Pat McAfee show and actually said, we were tired in the second half, right? Mm-hmm. The third game, they played with their second team, and they got something out of Turkey 2-2. Last minute, they lose the game. But in all 3 games, they never said, hey, let's slow things down for 20 minutes and let's control the tempo of the game. Let's speed things up. Hey, let's get the ball. Like, they only want to go in one speed, one tempo, forward pass, press the ball. And that's okay. But against France, against Spain. Okay, well, if they win this game, hold on. If they win this game, they play against potentially Belgium.
Yes.
Belgium or Senegal.
Or Senegal. Spain, France, and Argentina. Or England, right, in the final or something like that. Those teams, you can't play 90 minutes. One speed. No way.
It's such contrasting styles tonight, isn't it? Maybe 2 of the most contrasting teams that we're going to see in the World Cup.
But I was going to ask Grella a question on that, because tactically, when you think to that game today, it's going to be low block, sitting, waiting. There's not much speed needed in that. It's more guile. It's more like in your mind, trying to get in those little pockets. So how do you see the US being told, you have the ball, you break us down? Because I see US being better when they get to, you have the ball, they get to press and counter press. Arguably the best in the competition at doing it so far. So how do you see that going today?
This is where I see as Pulisic is very important for them. Because they have fast, pacey wingers, they have fast players, athletic players all over the field. But Pulisic, for me, makes the difference in terms of, if you remember the first 20 minutes of the Paraguay game, he was unstoppable. He splits the 2 guys for the first goal. He's creating danger. He's getting fouled. He's nutmegging guys. I think that lifts the group big time. He's really intelligent at breaking down those small areas. I think he's a fundamental piece of what they want to do. But for sure, yeah, they might come against a low block and they might try. But their biggest talent is that if the ball turns over, boom, they go and get it back again. And I think Bosnia will struggle because on the flip side, they don't have the pace to go the other way. I just think in moments of the game that U.S. can't play that way for 90 minutes. There's going to have to be segments of the game where they say, let's play a little bit, let's slow things down. And especially when you consider there could potentially be 4 or 5 more games left.
Yeah, and there's one more area of concern, I would say, for the US. They haven't been great at set pieces, have they, the US, over the last 2 years?
Big lads.
This Bosnia team, big lads. But they play off of that, don't they? They play for set pieces.
But I think, though, the U.S. has been good, though. Didn't they score the last game against Turkey 2 set pieces? And even in the first game against Paraguay, they looked
defending them. That's what I was saying. Defending them. Bosnia is a big team. Again, with Bosnia, I say there's a little bit of element of Croatia when I say they're street smart and streetwise in how they play the game, which goes back to what Grell is saying about how there'll be times where they sit, there'll be times where they go to the mid-block, and there'll be times where they might try and press. If they don't get it, they'll drop. But they're going to be very aware of the weapons that USA have, their style of play, and what they're going to face. But they will play to their strength. So it's going to make it a very interesting game in how it comes about later on tonight.
And the biggest thing as well for them is they've been the ultimate underdog, haven't they? All through qualifying, through Wales, through Italy, through being a best third-place finisher. We've had Asmir on saying they've been the furthest travelling country as well. They've been in Salt Lake, Canada, all over the US. Does that underdog mentality really help you in a game like tonight?
Absolutely. I think Asmir has been really good for my education, certainly on Bosnia and what they've been through. Obviously, been through wars of recent times, and obviously now that's become a case of, he even spoke about it yesterday, didn't he, with us, where he was saying about the political corruption as well. So he's hoping that they can obviously get a big name. Let's say they beat the US, more money comes in. That then promotes the next 20 years of generation of football in Bosnia, and obviously the money is being deployed in the right places. That's what he hopes to see. And I think as well, you obviously know Jesse Marsh annoyed the hell out of me with the free hit. I don't think any team at this point goes up against a team and says, you know what, it's a free hit, how lucky are we to be here? They go, hey, you know what, if it's our day, get things right, maybe. And I think Bosnia are the biggest example of that. Maybe we can frustrate this American, not only the players, the crowd will be up. Maybe we can frustrate them. Maybe we can take it into a 0-0 and penalties, because that's how we got past Wales. That's how we got past Italy. We've been in this situation before, and I think they have to do all the dark arts, slow the game down, do as much as they can to take this US team out of their rhythm. There
won't be an ounce of fear in Bosnia right now, or any kind of lack of belief.
And they've been very well supported, haven't they? Which has been incredible to see. We're going to be back in just a second, everybody. Stay with us.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion!
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And we live the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Tell me, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gotta blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back, everybody. So this quadrant of the bracket is going to be so interesting, isn't it? The winner of Belgium, Senegal is going to face the winner of tonight's match between the US and Bosnia and Herzegovina on July 6th. Who do we favour, Troy, tonight in the match between Belgium and Senegal?
Me personally, Senegal. That's who I've picked in my bracket. I think Belgium have been underwhelming. I think they don't have a striker. Obviously, no Lukaku through the middle. So it's very difficult for them to build. And then you got Doku on the right-hand side. Obviously goes forward, but then who's he crossing it to if no one's in the middle? And I think Senegal have got so much pace, so much power, and also got some trickery up front. So I just fancy Senegal.
Speaking of some of those big players, though, for Belgium, let's have a look at who you can enjoy on Paramount Plus next season. You've got Kevin De Bruyne, obviously with Napoli, Thibaut Courtois playing with Real Madrid, CDK with Atalanta, Charles de Ketelaere, and then Jeremy Doku as well, of course, with Manchester City. And here is a look at their starting 11, where they do have a lot of great players.
Yeah, Courtois in goal. I think he's the best in the world. He's certainly one of the best in the world. Tielemans and Van Aken in the middle. Van Aken, if you don't know him because maybe you don't watch Club Brugge in the Champions League, watch him play. This guy has everything. Old school baller. I think he encompasses everything that Belgium is. Guys that are really good with the football, technical guys. He can do everything. He goes forward, splits lines on the pass, good finisher as well. He can tackle in there. Trossard will be on the left. De Bruyne, obviously up through the middle. Injured large part of the season with Napoli last season. Doku on the right, obviously, speaks for himself. The pace. Can he create more moments? Can he be more efficient because he gets the ball in those areas all the time, and he'll be a handful for whoever has to mark him tonight. And then CDK up top. That's the strange one. Obviously, Atalanta player. We have the pleasure of covering him at Serie A. A little bit flopped at Milan and then ended up at Atalanta, but he's a very important piece of what they do there. He'll come in, so he's a false nine just by default. So that's the one worry that Troy has mentioned. And then on the bench, they got Salamakers, also another Serie A guy with Milan, flying most of the season, stumbled at the end. Lukaku on there will come in late, I'm sure of it. So they've got some options here. We talk about the details, we talk about technical ability, we talk about just pure footballing ability. Awesome. 10 out of 10 on paper, but then they got to go and play the game and get the job done.
And put the cohesion together. Just speaking of Charles de Ketelaere, by the way, what a contrast between Atalanta and what we've seen with Belgium. Here's just a look at what he's done with Belgium against Egypt in his passing chart and his passes completed and not completed. You can see where they all are. This is massively different, Grell, to what we see for Atalanta week in, week out, where you can see we'll show you now just the numbers difference where he's a bit more involved all over the pitch.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Atalanta playing a man-marking system, so he's asked to do it on both sides of the field. So he's obviously more involved here in Atalanta's play. But if you look at it, for me, it's very similar, that he's a little bit all over. He's not going to just stay between the center backs. He's not going to stay on the left side. He just kind of floats around. He's like a modern-day number 10, really, where he just kind of floats around, try to create moments inside the box. I'll say he's tricky quick. Like when you watch him play, you think, he's not very quick. He's tricky quick, good with the ball, technical ability. In the box, he gets the details right. I think a lot of these Belgian players do that when they get a chance. They're pretty good at putting it away. So he'll be the danger man for them today.
Mm-hmm. Any other notes for Belgium before we move on to Senegal?
For me, the manager's changed his side quite a bit. I don't think he knows his strongest side really and truly. I think, like Grella makes a great point, Van Aken, I really like him. See him at Club Brugge. I think he's massive coming into that centre midfield. We saw Onana start and have a terrible game and not being able to recover to get back into this starting lineup. But they've been very underwhelming, and I'm with Troy, and I do favour Senegal more so than Belgium.
OK, speaking of Senegal, here's just a reminder of those Paramount Plus players that are coming up next season for you. Nicholas Jackson with Bayern Munich. Meanwhile, for Everton, you've got Ndiaye to look forward to in the Premier League. For the Blues as well, and Mamadou Sarr will be playing, and for PSG as well, Mbaye is a massive one to watch. What about this team then?
Troy. Mr. Troy Deeney.
You want me to take it? Yeah. Again, the back four have been very solid. Koulibaly's gone to the bench, which I actually think is a very good call. Once was a great player. I think now the amount of games that are coming up, and he's also becoming a little bit of a liability. He's obviously been out in Saudi, been playing a lot there. I think you just lose that little bit of competitive edge and then focus up there. But the midfield three have been great as well. The two gays in there have been making sure that they're very solid, keeping hold of the ball, and they break things down. Diarra will be asked to do a little bit more. But this is where the game's won us, where they're most strongest. Sadio Mane, high left, obviously we know about him from Liverpool, and everything he's done in his career, fantastic, coming in with goals and assists. And Ndiaye is the trickery. He's the one now who they're going to give the ball to and say, go on then, make something happen out of nothing. Ismail Assad, old teammate of mine, normally a winger, been used for Palace through the middle as well, but with the pace and the power that he has, I think he'll be a real problem for Belgium. But we saw the French game, even though he scored a couple already, he misses big moments, and I just wonder whether him playing through that middle, whether he'll get the chances. On the bench, you've got Nicholas Jackson, you've got Mendy, you've got Ndiaye. This is a proper team. Mbaye, obviously, we looked at the 19-year-old from PSG. They've got talent. For me, this is the best African team here at the moment.
Would you agree, best African team?
Hard to argue against that when you talk about the talent that they have there. And I like Sarr going through the middle. I think when he's got the pace that he's got, for me, going right down the heart of this Belgium side, who've looked very vulnerable and not really looked like an organised side, I think that's a great tactic. Small tactic, but one that could prove vital in the game today.
Who have you got, Nige, winning this?
I put Senegal on my bracket as well. I put Senegal to get the job done today.
Me too.
I've got Belgium, again, because I just think in both boxes that the details are important. And I think back to the miss from Sarr, and I think they're going to create a lot of moments, but Belgium just need a couple to make the difference.
I was going to say, this is just one of the two games there, wasn't it? I think the Morocco game and this game, they were flick of a coin, you know. You can make an argument for both teams.
This is the one where it kind of divides the brackets, doesn't it? Like the Morocco game did. Let's see what Vegas thinks with Mackenzie Brooks.
For this match between Belgium and Senegal, I'm actually going to take a draw for the first time all World Cup for me. Plus 220 is the draw. All these other markets with this game specifically are kind of implying that could be potential. Both teams to score is minus 168, meaning they very much think both teams will score. But then it's also heavily juiced to the under 2.5 goals total. And then you look at the goal scorer market, everybody's plus money to score. So it sounds like they think it'll be a low scoring game, but they also see both team scoring. I do think this could be a 1-1 game as we go out of regulation into extra time. Again, plus 220, probably a good sprinkle here, but we're talking about a Belgium team who just feels a little overrated in the odds makers' eyes right now. They barely made it out of a draw in their most previous game. You saw tons of draws happen yesterday. This is a game that might just be the first upset we see with Senegal, maybe to win outright, but I do think at least we get a draw and go into extra time. And then for a player prop, Ismail Assad to have a shot on target is only minus 110. He's had 5 shots on target alone in the past 2 games, 3 goals. He's clearly their best player. Like, I don't understand how we're getting minus 110 for this. I'm just asking him to do what he's been doing. We probably won't have this price again on him, so I think it's an act now for this game specifically.
OK, good stuff, Ismail Assad. Like that bet, do you boys? It shows how close as well it's going to be.
Yeah, throw the house on that one. Yeah. 1 shot on target.
That was really good. OK, stay with us, everybody. We're going to be back in just a sec with more Golazo Matchday.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the